going on, everyone? You already know it's the Couch Stealers. Welcome back. It's the one and only Meister Mikey J.
And it's your boy AU.
Yo, we appreciate y'all. Don't forget to listen wherever you get your podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, and review. Follow us across all socials at Couch Stealers and subscribe to the Couch Stealers YouTube channel to watch this episode and other videos and shorts we got cooking. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you never miss a drop. AU, we back for another week, my boy. How you feeling? How you living?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I almost cut you off for some reason. I just wanted to say miss a beat. And like,
Miss
I
a
just,
beat? Oh,
you know,
okay.
when they like, no, don't change shit. I was
I
like,
was like, you want me to
it's just
sprinkle
like,
that in there?
I just feel
there.
like this has never occurred to me before until just now for whatever fucking reason. But I was like, why don't you ever say miss a beat? Isn't that like the thing?
Miss a beat is a
Yeah,
thing?
miss a beat, 100%.
I'm too old for that. I don't know. My
hell
90s baby sensibilities can't go to adding miss. I mean, I can add miss a beat. I don't care, but like, that's not the first thing that goes to my mind is miss a beat. Like, miss a beat make me think you can't dance. That's the first thing when I hear somebody miss a beat. I be like, all right, so you can't.
Miss a beat.
Dance.
Hesitate momentarily out of embarrassment or confusion. Like,
it's
a whole term. It's a whole term.
I know what miss a beat means.
Okay, well, you proposed that as like you did it. I was like, what the fuck?
I know what miss a beat means.
You're making me feel crazy. I was like,
the only time I use it in my vocabulary is to talk about somebody that can't dance. Usually, I don't, typically.
Oh no, I use miss a beat all the time.
No, I
was like, yeah, we gonna keep everything. We gonna. Okay, I've never used that once in my life. Have I heard it a lot? Yes, I've heard it a lot, but I've never used it once in my life. But anyway, sorry, my fault. That just came out.
I'm gonna let you cook.
I don't got nothing to cook on. Like that was just it. That was an ingredient.
I'm actually kind of hype. I'm making salmon teriyaki tonight. I'm actually kind of excited about it. I got it marinating now and everything.
Don't overcook it. You baking it or are you doing it in the stove?
We're gonna bake it. I'm gonna bake it and then I'm gonna like baste it with the teriyaki sauce.
Yeah, of course. Hit the butter in that thing too. Put butter right on top. So when you baste it, you just baste it in the butter.
Oh my god, I'm so hungry. I love being fat. So anyway, yo, AU man, we got a lot of stuff.
That's a half diet, bro. That's salmon.
I know, but I still love being someone that enjoys food. I enjoy.
I don't think that make you fat. I think that just make you an enjoyable person. You like life.
That's a
part
fact,
of life is eating.
But you've also been witness to me consuming food.
See, I was trying to give you an out. I was trying to give your big ass back an out. I was really doing my best.
Big ass back is crazy. Big ass back is crazy. I'm big boned. Leave me alone. Anyway.
Okay. Okay.
Yo, man.
In the words of your faith. Okay.
Okay. Yo, listen. Shout out to all my people that play Lucas. Shout out to all my Smash heads that play Lucas. You already know it. Okay.
Smash heads is crazy. Okay.
Listen. Okay. But yo, man, we got a lot to dive into. We got a lot to talk about. First things first, we talked a little bit about it last week. We kind of gave a little bit of a feeler that we were going to be diving into this anime together, obviously, to talk about it here on the pod. And also because people have been just gassing it up for a very long time.
They wasn't gassing shit up.
Now we understand why. Oh, I don't know about you. I've seen a lot of people gas
up.
But
you misunderstand. I mean, like, they weren't gassing anything up. They were doing an underwhelming job of how fucking fire this show is.
Obviously, we are talking about Frieren. We are both on it.
Beyond Journey's End. If you can't say the first part.
Yep. And honestly,
her name is a little difficult because sometimes it's like Frieren, but then it's like Frieren. But
Frieren. I don't know either.
I know is my homie Frieren.
My homie Frieren is crazy. Nah, but
I should have just said Ren low key, but all right.
The best part about it that I really have enjoyed about Frieren, and AU's a little bit further than I am. I think maybe 2-3 episodes further than I am. But we've gotten to the point where we've met Frieren the Slayer. And
the Slayer is really
the Slayer. All right, let's do this. First impressions. What has been your first impressions since watching Frieren and getting to the point that you're at now?
Are we talking about the last where we are right now in terms of what we've gotten into lately, like the last few episodes, or are we talking like the entirety of the show?
The entirety to this point. What has been your sense of watching Frieren? It would have been like some of your first impressions. Without giving spoilers, because remember, you like 2 episodes ahead of me.
I will. No, for sure. I will say that so far, the title is one of the most fitting titles that I've seen for an anime.
Frieren Beyond Journey's End. The whole thing about the whole a pimp named Slickback.
Yes, a pimp named Slickback. And so the reason why I say that is because not only are we fleshing out what the title means as we go along, but we kind of already know what the title entails. Like, it's Beyond Journey's End. It's like her going through her. Can we call someone immortal alive?
Someone who's immortal.
You get what I'm saying? Are they alive?
Yeah. How do you kill that which has no life type deal?
So exactly. So it's like, if you can live forever, are you even alive? So like, that's a whole nother question. I ain't even gonna get into that one. That's like,
you don't want to go existential? You don't want to go existential?
No, that's water. That's water is wet, and I'm not going there with nobody. And so I say that because we're really just seeing what life is like. Life is like for this individual, not after her end, but everyone else's. And they are just giving us that so fucking well. Just the little tidbits. They feed you these little tidbits, these little flashbacks, and seeing her really get to like look back on the life of the people that she no longer is involved with because they're gone, except for my boy. Shout out. I feel like I ain't gonna lie. I feel like he's black. I don't know why. I just feel like he's black.
The dwarf is black.
I feel like he's black. I don't know why. I know he got blonde hair and a blonde beard, but like, it don't.
Bearded dwarf is black, but I respect it.
I don't know why.
He got Piccolo energy. That's what you're trying to say.
Like I feel like he got Piccolo energy, low key. Like, I don't know. It's something about him. Anyways, I feel like those tidbits and like they just feed you these wholesome ass things about what she no longer has. And you as the viewer has to just sit there and like, I feel like we feel more emotions about what she feels than she does. And she's figuring it out. And we as these humans are just like, and she's just like, damn, I feel something. Like, you know what I mean?
It's definitely a damn, I feel something. One thing that I'll say as far as my watching of Frieren and being involved in the episodes, and I think I just finished episode 10.
You just finished episode 10.
Yeah, so I'm on episode 11 now. And one of the things that has stood out to me has been the fact of those moments when we get those flashbacks. I think the way they sprinkle them in to tell not only the backstory, but also give us a sense of emotion is done so well, because I've loved the first thing I've said, I've loved the direction of this entire show.
100%.
The direction that they do when it's a character moment, when it's a moment for Frieren herself, when it's a moment for Fern, when it's a moment for Stark, whoever's getting that moment, when they give you that quick little flashback, and it is quick.
Whatever it is.
It's like 45 seconds of flashback.
But it's wholesome.
Just know that 45 seconds, they're going to have your heart in the palm of their hands. Your heart is going to be in the palm of their hands for that 45-second flashback, and you're not even ready for it.
And just to not capitalize, but just to augment what you were saying, and just to go even deeper into that, when you talk about the direction in which they're going, I think one of the reasons why we love the direction in which the show is going in those moments, and just in general, is that it layers the complexity of each character. Well, at least her. It layers her complexity.
Definitely her. Definitely.
It layers her complexity even further, and it's like, damn.
Like,
it's like, what the? Like, what? You got more layers? I mean, you've been alive for it. Let's throw it out there.
Mm-hmm.
You dealing with a mage that's been alive for 1,000 years. Put some respect on my name.
Look, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this as respectfully as I can, and I need this to be seen and heard.
She gave her a shot, by the way. She gave her a chance.
I'm gonna need this to be heard as respectfully as I could possibly say this. Frieren gives off such bad bitch energy when she fights. It is so great. Everything about her, because like she's so unassuming, and I love the fact, and we'll get into the conversation about
she ain't cocky either.
She's not cocky.
Know what the fuck she could do.
She learned from her teacher Flamel, who I cannot wait to get more on. But
I don't think we will. I hate to tell you that.
I kind of.
And also, did you catch Flamel? Do you know who Flamel is?
From this point, I just know that she is like the strongest human mage. What do you mean?
Nicholas Flamel.
The
legendary philosopher.
Okay.
Come on now.
Okay. That's big brain. That's AU big brain. Check out the brain on AU.
I got that angstrom.
Yo, oh my God, that angstrom is crazy. That man was trying to make the world a better place. He didn't want to build his utopia on blood.
I got that. He gonna build it on brain now.
Not the Mojo Jojo. Yo, not the Mojo Jojo.
You do?
Nah, but listen, my thing when it comes to Frieren as her as a character that I've really enjoyed watching we talked about the complexity. We talked about her getting those moments of her feeling her emotions. But I love the fact that she's realizing how much she's changing herself. And for someone that lives for so long to finally get to that point of, because I think about that episode when they were in the forest, and the forest showed you the people that you love the most, and it was supposed to be like this.
And she was like, "Oh, it's not my mentor anymore."
Yeah, she saw Hemmel, and she was like, "Oh, I guess it's Hemmel." I was like, "Oh, I guess it's Hemmel this time."
Which is crazy.
It just
she didn't say I guess. She was just like, "Oh, it's I." She assumed it was going to be Flamel, and it wasn't.
And this is one way that I love how they do that, and I want to harp on that scene just for a little bit because
growth
for me. Not only just growth, but watching it for me, from my point of view as the viewer, watching her be able to dispatch a monster, knowing it is still a monster, but still recognizing the fact that her emotions has shifted in a way that it will allow her to view someone else and also realize, wow, I really cared about Hemmel if I'm seeing him here.
No, that ain't Hemmel. Fuck.
Hemmel? Am I saying Hemmel?
Yeah. I think you saying Flamel. And then trying to but
listen,
name is definitely Hemmel. He's Hemothy.
Hemothy. He's definitely Hemothy. And I'm excited to see more because again, they're all very unassuming. When you think of, I can't wait to see the Demon King, but they're all very unassuming, and yet they're all like beasts in the way that they, or at least from what we can see to this point, he had to be disgusting. He had to be. I mean, every time we've seen Hemmel go into a fight, he's cutting off some demon's arm. He's doing something quick.
But even she calls him a hero, and I feel like for someone that's lived that long to be like, yeah, he was really like that that's a fucking level of respect you have to give someone.
You have to. 100%. You have to. And and I love how he did more after the adventure, just from, and we get little tidbits here and there. We don't know exactly all that he did, but we understand that Hemmel the hero wasn't just a title he got from beating the Demon King. No, he was a hero. He was a hero. He was a hero. And that has been just really interesting to watch.
My hero.
It's been really interesting to watch.
You gonna gloss over that?
What, you my hero?
That's Griffin, man, when he was like, John Q. He's like, John, you my hero.
Come on, chill out, bro. Chill out.
I love that movie. John Q.
Sorry. Listen, John Q for me is in such a place in my heart, bro. Like, it's in such a place in my heart. The first time I actually sat down to watch John Q, the tears that I cried on that day, like I will not bury my son. My son will bury me. Like, come on, bro. Come on. They did, like, I get it. It was Denzel.
All right, sorry. I didn't mean to go there.
Come on, John Q for me.
Shout out my nigga Denzel.
John Q for me is something special, bro. It is. But I going back to Frieren, what do you think of Fern and what do you think of Stark as far as like them as characters and their growth? Because Fern to me is a very interesting character.
So great question. I just want to give this one little thing before we move on from Frieren herself. I was gonna say, just to kind of go back to where you asked me about the whole title thing. I just want to like just loop this in really quickly. Yeah. What I think I just narrowed down for myself, at least within this conversation that I'm having with you. Excuse me, little burp. We're watching her learn how to live in the moment.
In a way that, yes, actually not even
which in a she way. Has yes. Not in yes. a way, which no, I didn't really realize until just now. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about this is that we're watching this being who has had no concept. Her moments, again, like I said in the last pod, like your whole entire life is a side quest to her. So it's like we're watching her now learn to live in a moment, and that's just nuts. And it's beautiful, and they're doing such a great job. So to answer your question.
Dang, I just want to slide one thing
in there. I always love what
I said. I want to slide something in real quick because
slide it in. Slide. Oh, pause. Wait.
Hey,
yo. Hey, yo.
Okay. I'm back. Trying to get back to my thought and my point. So what I was gonna say was going back to Himmel's funeral. The way she cried at Himmel's funeral, I want to see as like, and again, we may see this down the road. We don't, we'll get there eventually. But I'm curious to see that out. Has she ever had that outpour of emotion?
She did.
For another person. No, like another person, like before. Well, when did we see it again? What do you mean?
Not before, but we saw it.
No, that's my point.
With Hader or Hyder.
Yeah, but
when he passed away,
when it happened to Hemmel the first time.
But I think she would have. I think she would have cried for Hader or Hyder too. I think however you say his name. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it.
No, but I'm saying in this point, that's her line of demarcation of realizing I need to be better when it comes to meeting people and understanding people. Because I think about it like this. I even can believe that she was not prepared for that level of emotional overload that she got at his funeral.
I agree. Yo, no, we are 1,000% on the same page.
Like, yo, what is happening?
Not at the funeral. It was after. It was after.
But, yeah,
but I know what you mean. What I'm saying is, I think she would have had the same level of emotion for Hader or Hyder. Again, I'm saying both ways because I can't remember how you say his name. I think she would have had that same level of emotion if he died first. Because she cared about all of them. Obviously, Himmel was her focal point in terms of like, he not allowed her, but he showed her and taught her how to be, in a sense, human and learn to live in a more like, open and not honest way, but a more open way with her emotions. But I think she would have had the same outpour no matter who died within their party at first.
Okay.
I personally think that, but I mean, anybody could debate it. I'm fine with that, but I think she would have cried and whatnot, no matter who it was.
I think the outpour for Himmel, and the only thing I'll disagree with you about it is that eventually I think it would have gotten there for all the people, because I do agree she did care about all those people in the part. The three others in her party, she cared about them in a way that maybe she only ever cared about Flamel. So it's one of those situations where she was like, we're talking thousands of years between when they came and was like, yo, we heard there's a dope ass mage out here, to where she was when Flamel came to her village and like saved her. So that's a long time period for her to start feeling emotions for people that she was just like, all right, cool. Y'all, like you said, though, y'all are side quests to me. So getting to that point in her emotional maturity is something that I truly believe surprised even herself, because she's just like,
we going.
What is this like?
Now I love it. I just had a crazy thought.
What's this feel I got? We gonna get back to Stark and Fern. I'm not gonna forget about that. But like,
don't forget, because I want to get into that.
Nah, we're not gonna forget. But like, her emotional development, on top of all the animation, on top of all the dope stuff that they throwing in there just to keep us like, oh yeah, by the way, we got this fire stuff behind us too. We got all this fire bells and whistles too. But watching her emotionally grow as an elf, a human, whatever you want to call it, she's an elf, but you know what I mean. But like,
as an individual,
perfect. So watching her grow emotionally and watching her be surprised. That's why I go back to that point when she saw Himmel in the forest. She wasn't like, so I think she was surprised that she saw him, but not because of like the duty she had to do. She didn't show it as well. But I think as she gets to these,
I think she was surprised. I think she was surprised because, like, I don't think she knew that.
That's what
it could happen again.
Her emotional maturity is literally surprising even herself. And I think that has been one of my favorite things to watch as I've been watching these 10, about to be 11 episodes.
Yeah.
because it's like, we
Season 2's on the way, by the way. That got confirmed.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Sorry.
Bro, I understand. It's so doggone fast. But that's what I'm saying. Like, watching her in that growth from a viewer standpoint has been incredibly satisfying, because one, the way that her emotions have grown and the caring that you can see and is done in very subtle ways, because she's still her. she's still Frieren. She's not gonna like go crazy about every little thing that humans do. But at the same time, the ones that she cares about and the people that she's going along the way, I think again, when she went to get the the demon that created that one spell and she had to like tighten the seal. And like Zoltarek or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Zoltan is from a movie.
So don't mess with the Zohan.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. Zoltan, I think, was Dude, Where's My Car? Dude, Where's My Car? I think Zoltan.
So she's got a situation where she goes back. She's going to like strengthen that seal, and even the interaction she had with the little boy who was now an old man, and like that's not something she would have cared about before she met Hemel and the boys. Like she wouldn't have cared about that stuff. So I think even seeing her be, pleasantly surprised by her own emotional growth from a viewer standpoint has been not only executed incredibly well, but been so much fun to watch. It really has.
100%. So just I don't want to harp on this one too much because I want to get back to your question, but just because we're in that conversation, I thought about this. I don't even know if she cared about Flamel as much as she cares about Himmel or the party that she went and killed the Demon King with. Hold tight. No, hear me out.
I agree.
I think Flamel gave her a purpose, which she didn't have before.
Okay.
Flamel gave her a purpose, which was to kill and get that revenge on them demons.
Yeah.
And now that is no longer a thing, I think she's trying to figure out what the fuck is her purpose now. With like, it's been like seeking all these fucking like spells and all these other things and shit. And now she's figuring that out by like, one, not only going down the journey of remembering her fucking friends that she went on this journey with, that she didn't realize she cared about as much as she did until they were gone. But she's collecting spells to remember the people that are now gone. Like that's also a part of it. So I don't even think she cared about Flamel as much as like she cared about her party. Because again, I think Flamel gave her a purpose, and that's important. That's extremely important to anybody. Anybody that can give you a purpose in life is massive. It's like when they say you get kid. You know what I mean? Your purpose in life has shifted in a way that you can't possibly comprehend until you have one. You know what I mean? So that was just my own little tidbit while we were having that. But to get back to your question, what do I think about Frieren or Fern and what is this dude's name again? Stark. I didn't really like Stark a lot at first. I wouldn't say I disliked him. I didn't get that same feeling I got from everyone else in the show so far. And again, we're only like 10 to something episodes in. So, but even within those 10 episodes, I felt like I got so much emotional connection to each one of the characters that we've seen. I didn't get that from him.
Okay.
Obviously, when my boy was like, I was scared, so he had to just punch this man in the face all the way out of his damn house. Because, like, that shit was crazy, by the way.
I was curious what he did to get hit like that. And then he was like, nah, you understand. He scared me, bro. Like he came around. It was like that. What's that old school video when the dude jumped out the garbage can on Halloween in high school?
Yes, and he punched him in the face and he fell back in. Yeah. Stop playing with people, bro. Stop playing with people. That's why this prank shit gonna end up with somebody getting killed one day. I don't understand.
Don't even get me started on we go.
But those aren't even pranks. But anyways, yeah. All right. Let me not go down that rabbit hole. However, so he's growing on me now. Now I'm in it. I'm in it, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he's gonna pull that motherfucking sword out.
Okay.
I thought they gave us too many flashes with him in interactions with it. I think he's gonna pull that motherfucker out. I think he's gonna get Excalibur.
So
which begs the question of what the fuck are they gonna need Excalibur for?
So here's the thing, and I'll say this: I might be like one episode away from the So I'll say this: Stark was like, as soon as I got introduced to Stark, I was vibing with Stark. I was vibing with Stark.
I'm sorry, I did not realize. I thought we were still on the same page. A little spoiler for you. I apologize.
Yeah, no, it's straight.
But it comes back up. But
But again, a giant.
You don't really see anything. I'm literally just like speculating.
A giant sword like Excalibur being in a show like this doesn't surprise me anymore.
Exactly.
At all. But my point being is,
well, you saw it already. But
I probably missed it. But Stark as a character is someone that when they first introduced him, and I love the juxtaposition they did with his master. And they talked about how the biggest thing that drew him to Stark was the fact that when his entire family got slaughtered, he ran away just like I did. And I think getting that, even that small little line like that,
you got to keep watching. That's a hard question for me to now talk about because there's more things that I've seen in the next few episodes.
No, I got you.
But they deep dive a little bit on Stark. So like I can't. I
got you. But I'll just say from my knowledge of what I've known from him, that conversation, as well as understanding someone that could take someone like that under their wing to train them. And I love the fact that when we first get introduced and he's training before they killed the dragon, and he's sitting there carving that joint out of the side of a mountain, it shows not only his strength, but it shows his tenacity and dedication to be like, listen, I'm going to be this person that I need to be, even if it terrifies me. I'm terrified. You see this right here? I'm terrified, but I'm still going to be the person I need to be. And like getting to those moments with Stark as they happen and seeing for him, even the realization of like, oh wait, hold up, I got me a little. When he killed the dragon and he was like, yo, oh hag man, what you gonna make me fight this dragon by myself? She was like, bro, he dead already. It's like, oh, yeah, I didn't even know my own strength. Okay, so I appreciate a character like that, and having someone be there that can. Yes, there's comic relief moments, and I think the comic relief in that is low-key is very underrated. In the entire show.
It's very underrated. The fact that they keep calling him a pervert, and he's just so clueless is like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Listen, pervert? Like, perfect. And he's really not. There's one thing you're gonna catch that's gonna come up later, and it's gonna be fucking hilarious. But like, yeah, I love that little slapstick they do for him.
Having a character like Stark, and then having again in comparison with Fern and her.
I ain't even getting there yet, but yeah. Well, hold on. Before we jump into Fern, I just want to say about Stark specifically. The reason why I felt like there wasn't a lot of depth to him, and at first
he was just a dude with an axe.
He was just a fucking dude with that axe. And that was so incomparable to everything that we've seen. Okay. You know what I mean? So it was just like, oh shit. Like, I was like, oh, cool. But what I will say is what Stark has shown me in terms of this world and the dynamic of the parties and when you go out to adventure together, excuse me, is what his role is. And not what his role is, but how important it is.
Then they call him a front man?
Like they're warrior. No, they're a warrior. They're a warrior. Yeah. But the thing is, like, I didn't realize the importance of those warriors until him. And I say that because mages can't get by without a warrior versus someone that's strong.
No, of course not. Because they need time to
they need time to do what the fuck they're gonna do. Yeah. And like we saw that in the fight versus the demons.
Yeah,
they could. I like. He had to, bro. The demon level of shit because I gotta tie it all in a little bit in a way. Was just like seeing him fight that demon girl. And it's like, oh, these are my master's moves and everything, and he was all in his head and whatnot. Then he's like, wait, you don't hit as hard as him.
He's like, yo, trust me, I done got punched across out the house, over the field, through the woods, and out the house to grandmother's house we go. Like I done been hit through all of that.
As hard as him. And that was all just to give her time to make sure that she could do what she needed to do. And I loved that. And what I was thinking was that, like, oh, Stark is now Himmel to Fern.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Absolutely.
And just because we're here talking about that fight with the demons and all the juxtapositions and all this other good stuff and all the Kool-Aid, before I get into Fern, they did it again. This is what I was talking about in the beginning, where I said how they like depicted, or rather fleshed out what it looks like to view an elf and how their life goes. They did it for a demon, which was fire. They're deceivers. They're all these things, but they did it in such a way where it's like, you believe these motherfuckers, and it's like, yo, you can't believe these motherfuckers.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. You know, when they was walking out of that one room, and the girl that Stark fought was like, "Yo, what's a father?" And I was like, "Yo, oh my god!"
And he was like, "I don't know."
Oh my god, please no, please kill
me. And then ready, I'm about to hit you with a bar. I'm about to hit you with a bar though. What was so fire about the demons, and again, which I said what they do so well at depicting like each and every like I feel like. Not necessarily character, but type of character that we've seen so many times, elves, humans, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
The demons, they reflect humanity, but they reflect the worst of humanity. No fucking wonder that as bad as they are.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even fucking blame them. They literally just imitate the worst of humanity.
Humanity is pretty evil in the way that they kind of speak.
Bro,
I mean, I even think
about that. They literally imitate the worst of humanity. They're not actually demons. They're just humans without everything else.
Well, I was gonna say monsters that could talk, but that's what I mean.
Humans can be
monsters that could talk.
Exactly.
Humans can definitely be monsters that could talk.
Because the most evil person, no matter which way you look at it, the most evil person, you got a kid. I can guarantee you're not gonna let your kid go by the wayside or something like that, or somebody that you love. And I won't even say kid. If you love somebody, even as an evil motherfucker, you won't let them go by the wayside. Your humanity will come out. A demon,
they don't have humanity.
They don't have any humanity at all. They only have the worst. So it was fire. I loved that. I loved watching the demons develop and just seeing them.
One thing that really came out to me, it stuck out to me, was when Frieren was getting ready to fight Aura, and she mentioned, and we were getting that flashback from Flamel about how how demons look at mana the same way humans look at like wealth, and the way humans
treasure,
look at
gold,
and
clothes.
And I was like, so y'all really gonna sit here and y'all gonna do this to me? Y'all gonna have me sit here looking at like y'all gonna, because it immediately clicks for me because of how important all of those things are in humanity. Even if some people will say, "Oh, that's not that important to me," as a whole, as humanity as a whole, status, wealth, that matters in this world. So we're gonna look at the demon world, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, your man only had 100." Bro, beat the 500 man right here. Like
right here.
It's always
flex all the time. On flex all the time.
And that's why it's ingenious the way that
again, that's why I said they did it again, dude. They did it again. They've been explaining what an elf looks like. Now they're explaining to a T what a demon is in a way that I haven't actually thought about. And I was like, damn, wait, I can't wait to get to the dwarves.
The more we learn about this world that they're in, because again,
the world building is crazy.
It's subtle. We don't get hit over the head with none of the world building. It's so subtle.
We don't get hit over the head with nothing.
Except for her emotional maturity. That's the only thing they hit us over the head with. But they do it in a way that's not...
It blends, though. So that's why it's not hitting me over the head. It blends.
But that's the main foundational piece of the entire story. I'm not saying it in a negative way. I'm just saying that's the thing that permeates every single part of the storytelling, is how this affects Frieren's emotional maturity. So that's what hits us over the head.
100%. Okay. But back to Fern. I think watching Fern and Frieren, like, they're the same person, but they're adjacent to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Fern is very, like, as old as she is, and as old, like, you would think it would come with so many things.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with Fern, she's so much younger than her and has so much more maturity.
Yeah, maturity in a different kind of way, because obviously
maturity, like, straight up, like, you don't need all these stupid little things. Why you keep buying all these stupid little things and shit? Why you always getting lost?
Okay.
Why you gonna say, like, it's like, you don't need that. Like, no. Like a whole parent. And it's just like, and I think that's just really interesting to see. I really like how, like, because I wouldn't say they're parallel. They're not parallel. They're more adjacent. Like they have a starting point. They're cut from the same cloth, going down like different paths. And I really like seeing that. I really like seeing her in comparison to Frieren, but as of right now, I don't know how much I love her.
Okay.
She feels very monotone for me as of right now. I would like to see a bit more. Is she integral? Do I love her within the story? Everything? Does she deserve to be here? Yes. I don't have an issue with her at all, but I haven't found the love yet.
You have other characters that you enjoy more.
Yes, I haven't found the love yet. Her backstory, fire. I love when they hit the moment and it was like, but you still chose magic. And that shit just awoke her. And you see all the flowers and everything. And she's floating in the air. Amazing visuals. However, I haven't gotten anything about her. I need to see. This is why I said, like, they're cut from the same cloth, because also she has like this like lack of emotional like ability as well. The same thing as Frieren. She's so dry and like straight faced so often. So like it's interesting to see that from someone who's so young, not just young in terms compared to Frieren, because Frieren is obviously young. We're all young to her. We're all young to her, but however, she's also extremely young and has such a level of maturity that Frieren doesn't even have. So it's like I love the complexities within it all, but I want a little something. I want a little something.
So I think we're gonna obviously get that from Fern. I think
crushing though.
I was gonna say her power and the way that she's able to be a mage and
get that little Wayne real quick. Woo! Sorry.
Like it's very impressive to watch because of the fact that the way she attacks and the way that she uses, I mean, they already talked about it. It's like, look, she may not have the most mana, she may not have the most power, but at the same time, you want to know what's going to happen? You about to get hit with 15 million of these real quick, and you don't even know what you're doing. Be like, why is she shooting all this stuff so fast? Why is she using her magic so fast?
What did they call Django?
What did they call Django? What? You hit me with all these... My brain been on Frieren, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know I should know this one. I'm tired.
I'm a little disappointed in you right now, because normally,
oh, wait, no. Bob Miss Mabel.
No, not Bob Miss Mabel. But that's hilarious. He said Bob Miss Mabel was crazy because she blew all the way to the other side. He said, "Say goodbye." Yep. But no, the fastest hands in the South. Come on, man.
Oh, yeah. No, I it's funny that you said that. So, what was that Idris Elba movie that they did with Regina King? On the Harder They, not the Harder. What was the one? It was on Netflix.
Well, Regina King?
Yeah, it was like a Wild Wild West one. It was the dude.
First thing I thought it was the Dark Tower, and that's like you have forgotten the face of your father.
It was the dude that also played the Blue Power Ranger. He played Billy in the Power Ranger movie, the one that came out a couple years ago.
I know what you're talking about. Hold on.
Oh my goodness, what was the name of that movie?
Was it with Regina King? Regina King was in that movie.
Yeah, Regina King was actually in that movie.
It was The Harder They Fall. The Harder They Fall. I like that. That was a good movie. That was a good movie.
And it made me. That's the first thing I thought about as far as like Fern being able to shoot her magic fast, because I remember the dude that played Billy in that. I think R.J. Seiler, I think is his name.
Wasn't Lakeith in that?
Lakeith was in that. Lakeith was in that. Lakeith was in that. Nah, that movie was good, bro. That movie was good. Lakeith was in that.
Lakeith Stanfield was in that. R.J. Seiler.
Yes.
R.J. Seiler.
So he played the dude that was a quick draw. And that's the person that came to mind when I thought about Fern, because sometimes all you got is the quick draw. But if you the quickest gun, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
You know, it don't matter. If you the quickest gun, it really don't matter if that's all you got. But you just gotta be the quickest gun. And I look at Fern as being someone that's basically gonna end up embodying that in a way, because she's gonna be able to use high level magic. We could already see that. But if you're gonna be quick draw with it too,
but maybe she won't, and maybe that will be her downfall. And maybe Frieren already seen this shit and is now like, you know what I mean, like developing her down the path of like what. And the way she needs to develop her to make sure that she's the best version of herself and what her abilities are capable of. She doesn't have like her mana control is getting there for sure, because obviously like she got the best teacher, but her mana control is fire. It was always her mana control is always fire, but she don't got the best. She don't got the best mana pool to really like pull from. And so my thing is, what the fuck are you gonna do when Frieren ain't around and you meet a motherfucker who got like Naruto levels of stamina? Like, you know what I mean? What you gonna do?
They would have lost if they fought Aura, which I think Frieren knew. Frieren knew they were going to lose. If she had to be
That's why
one,
she went by herself.
Yeah, she had to be the one to fight her. And the way they did it was actually kind of cool because it was like, all right, we're going to make it look like you ran out of the city, but then we're going to have you meet Aura outside the city, and you're going to wipe your hands at her. And watching Frieren do that, not only do I think she's the best mage in the show, obviously, that we're going to get in contact with, but I also think she is such an intellect when it comes to not just battle prowess, but she's such an intellect in the way of, hey, look, I have this Kendrick Lamar level of hatred for demons, and y'all not ready to see me yet because everything she does, like, it was on sight. It was on site when they pulled up in that town.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I think you disrespecting her when you even equate her hatred to Kendrick Lamar, because her level of hatred for these demons surpasses that by a billion. She got something I ain't thought of yet, but it's floating around somewhere in my brain. When I pull it out, I'm gonna say it to you.
Listen. If Kendrick Lamar had 1,000 years to hate Drake, he still would have had that level of hatred. I think there's an equivalency here. We're going by what's it called? Not the tail of the tape, but pound for pound. Pound for pound, hatred is similar.
I don't think he hates Drake, but I don't want to go too deep in that either. I don't think he hates Drake. I just think he strongly dislikes this motherfucker. Like, I think he just dislikes him. Drake, I feel like hate is like when we talk about hate, it's like somebody did something to me. Drake ain't do nothing to Kendrick. Kendrick just don't like this nigga.
That we know of.
Hey, that we know of, but we can't speculate on that. But regardless, I mean, Drake still got bodied the fuck up, so it don't even matter. Pack that nigga up. That nigga's gone. So anyways,
where's let me ask you this. Where is Frieren? Obviously, we're very new. We still have a whole nother second season to go, as well as finishing up the first season that we're on now. But as far as what you've seen, what's the last time you experienced an anime that executed their first half or their first couple episodes to the point that it is like, wow.
You don't even gotta keep talking. I already know.
What you got?
The last one that popped into my head, I'm not saying there aren't others. However, this is the one that popped in my fucking head. Promise Neverland.
Ooh, okay.
That's a big ass bird.
I'm keeping that in. I don't care. I'm keeping that in, bro. I'm keeping that in. I'm keeping that in. That's stayed in the. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed it. You reacted.
I'm in the woods. I live in the woods, bro. That might have been the biggest bird I ever seen in person.
Yo, it was like an albatross or something.
Bro, that shit was probably as long as me.
Hey, that's insane. I don't need to see.
Oh my god, height-wise.
I don't want to. Nah, bro. I don't want to see no.
Bro, you know how they say like vultures are massive birds, and you don't really think about it. I think I just saw a fucking vulture, and that motherfucker is like, that will pick up a child. Never mind. Hold on, sorry, y'all. Anyways, Promise Neverland, I think is the what the fuck. I think Promise Neverland was the last anime I saw. And at least in my mind right now, where I thought everything was perfectly executed. Did they obviously fuck the fuck up? Yes. But in terms of just they did it in a different way. Their shock value was insane. The anticipation that you had with Promise Neverland, you had sweaty palms watching Promise Neverland. What the fuck is going to happen? And the suspense was insane. Whereas when I'm watching this, I'm not getting suspense or anything like that. They're just tugging on me in a way that's just like my heart, man. My heart. They keep my heart on the edge of its seat. Whereas Promise Neverland kept my heart racing. You know what I mean? That's why I was on the edge of its seat.
To me, it's been a combination of two anime that I've seen. One that I have finished and one that I didn't finish, but will one day go back and finish. But, watching it reminds me of and it's just part of the beauty and the amazement as far as the animation is concerned. Now, it's not similar to this because I actually think the animation in this other anime is better, but it's the closest thing that reminds me of that. Violet Evergarden. And
never peep, but yeah,
the animation of Violet Evergarden is some of the best animation I've ever seen in an anime. Period. Bar none. Not even that. That's like legit. It's a story that is similar
because
it's a story that does pull on your emotions in a different way, although similar way. I use your word.
That's not on Crunchyroll.
It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix one, and it's one of those anime that, you know, watching it and seeing how much dedication went into creating the animation on Violet Evergarden, I've been blown away just by like the scenery of Violet Evergarden. I have been, just the scenery and the tone that it takes from again, it's a similar story of like, there's this character that had no emotions and now she's basically learning how to learning emotions, not even learning how, learning emotions. So there's parallels there.
Watching iRobot and shit.
Yeah, no, low key, yeah, because but it has that kind of like I said, those parallels. So I get a sense of that, but I also get AOT of like that first couple episodes of AOT where I was just completely and utterly just mesmerized, blown away, as like I am watching something that is a masterpiece. That's how I felt the first couple episodes of AOT, especially when they was just trying to get out of the first couple walls.
Like, motherfuckers about to hate me.
No, I'm gonna be honest. So those two come to mind. The tone and the animation of of something like a Violet Evergarden, and then the just pure, I'm watching something that is a classic anime of like AOT. But yeah, so what you about to say that's going to upset some people?
My entire watch through of AOT, I never got that feeling about it ever.
Really?
Is AOT a GOAT? Yes, 1000%. I'm not gonna sit here and ever like debate. Like we're not. So everybody out here listening, I'm not debating if AOT is a GOAT. It is a GOAT, 1000%. I'm never gonna take that away from the show. But I never watched it and was just like mesmerized. There were definitely moments that blew me the fuck away, or I was fully just like all in. Erwin's speech. Are we serious? Like that episode was crazy, blew me away. It pulled on the heartstrings and everything. But I felt like, at least for me, AOT, I was watching it for moments, waiting for a moment to occur, whereas like the actual story was happening. And I was just watching. I was waiting for moments in AOT, whereas like where I feel like with Frieren, I'm not waiting for any moments. I'm just thoroughly enjoying every aspect of this story. And the way they're executing it. I'm not saying AOT isn't fire or goated or anything like that. Again, I just mean that I didn't feel that in terms of the question that you just posed.
Yeah, when I watched Attack on Titan, and like I mentioned it before, and I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, because part of the mystery of AOT was and part of the fun in watching Attack on Titan was getting to the salt. Again, the one thing I'll never forget them about is that nothing came of that doggone key in the basement. But because like you were waiting for that other shoe to drop, you were waiting for what is the resolution to this mystery. But for me, watching AOT the first time, I was blown away in just how thorough they were as far as storytelling, how thorough they were as far as keeping me wondering what mystery was happening, and how all these strings were connecting. It really felt like in the moment as I'm watching it, I knew I was going to be watching one of the greatest anime of all time. And I get that similar feeling watching Frieren. I get that similar feeling. And the funny thing is, we were talking about it last week. And remember how I mentioned how I'm getting a little sick and tired, not sick and tired, but I'm getting a little, overstimulated with all of the Isekai Dungeons and Dragons style anime. I sat down into watching Frieren and I was like, this is how all of these other ones need to be getting done. Like, y'all need to stop doing this here because y'all never gonna reach this plateau. And
they would.
I mean, the closest thing.
I told you when we talked about on the pod the other day. the other day, but the first part when we really first started talking about it, I said, this is a masterful fucking, I'm watching masterfulness. Like, this is 100%. This is an insane level of like everything, like just the way it looks, the art, like the character development. I think that the voice acting is fucking phenomenal too. They're doing such a good job because it really fits the bill of the way like the show flows. Like, so anyways, yeah. Just, I can't say enough about this motherfucking show. I cannot. We've ran up now like a long time talking about the show. I would like to transition, but y'all get prepared because we coming back talking about this. We probably gonna keep talking about this until we're done with the first season.
Yeah, until we're done. No, until we're done.
So I hope y'all prepare.
Like until we're done. We definitely gonna have some Frieren talk until we're done with it, because to your point, it's something that as an anime and as people, you and I that have watched a ton of anime, from amazing S tier anime to some of the dumbest stuff we've ever seen in our life. Like,
remember that one anime that we watched? Hold on, just because I'm here and it just clicked in my brain. This is like core memory unlocked. The one anime that we watched when like it was like some like beasts or some shit, and they were like rangers or something. I can't even. Wait, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
We was in college.
We were in college. Yes.
Oh my god.
No, we weren't. No, we weren't. We caught this one actually when we were both still living in the apartment. Yes, we caught that one there. I'm pretty sure like early stages. It might have been upstairs, not downstairs. And you know what I'm talking about. It was like, I can't remember. What the fuck was that show?
Was it the two brothers, right?
Just say what you're gonna say so I could tell you yes or no. So
Juosai, was it Juosai?
How do you spell it?
JUJYU -OH-SEI. Was it that one?
No, it was not that. It was not that one. Random ass shit. Yes. You know what? I'm not even gonna go too hard in this. I'm gonna try to find this motherfucker.
Yeah, now I want to know.
I want to know really badly too. What the
we were in the apartment?
Yes, we were in the apartment.
On Crunchyroll?
It was like they were like all these like monsters and stuff, and like you had to like there were certain like rangers like patrolling it type deal or whatever, and some people went in and would die.
Magmel?
How do you spell that?
MAGMELL? Magmel? Was it that one?
MAG.
That one was like on Netflix. Dude, Brother Man wore a hat.
MAG what?
MAGMELL? Was it that one? Because now I'm curious.
Yes.
That one?
Okay. It was Magmel. It was Magmel.
Yeah, that one was random.
Random ass shit, bro.
Oh, so random.
Random. Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
We watch a lot of anime and like that runs the spectrum. It does. So when you see some good, when you see an anime that is S tier, S plus tier, it is something that has to not only be cherished, but it has to be something that is going to be broken down quite a few times. So yes, we are going to be talking about Frieren until we get to the end of season 1. And then we're going to talk about it when she comes back for season 2. So just be prepared. Just be prepared.
But just to shift a little bit here,
what you got?
I want to jump into solo leveling. I hate it. Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
I hate it.
Solo leveling. That shit really like that. We already know is really fucking fire. However, I have a question to propose to you because it's been up and going for like running rampant on social media. Like how short it feels watching solo leveling. And this week's episode really reminded me how short that motherfucker is. But I was watching this week's episode, and when it was ending, I fast forwarded. I was like, why they got this little fucking tidbit in the middle of the episode? It was the ending fucking theme song, dude. And I was like, nah, what the fuck? This shit is not over already. So I have a question to propose to you. What is the last anime that you've seen that has felt this short? I know what the first one that popped in my head is. It may not actually be the last anime. However, it's the first one that popped in my head, so I'm going to stick with it. For me, It was My Hero Academia. Remember, like those first like few seasons of My Hero Academia, we was like, this shit is over already. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one because I remember that's how the first opening when Deku was just running.
Yup, running, bro.
We be sitting there like, oh my god, what's about to happen next? No, why is Deku running?
Yes, why is Deku running? Boy was running. Then so every time he would slip, we'd be like, "Yeah, my boy killed. He's still going." Yes, that was the last one I remember. At least on the top of my
head. That closing. Although the song, there are other better songs that I think My Hero has had as far as closing theme songs. That song mixed with that imagery, perfect. One of the best that they got. Honestly, one of the best that they got through the entire series.
I think it's the best for me because I think it really set the tone for the entire show and what he was chasing after.
So I'm gonna go a little off kilter, and then I'll answer your question because it reminds me of the same because I got a special place in my heart for openings and endings that have nothing to do with the actual series. I really do.
Hate that shit.
I love.
I'm sorry. The only one I love, and you could probably guess it. The only one I love that it just has nothing to do more times than not with the fucking anime is Bleach.
Yeah,
Bleach does fire openings, nigga. But like, I got nothing to do with niggas being nothing to do with the goddamn show more times than not.
So I the two that stand out to me in that exact like kind of description of an anime opening or closing that don't have anything to do is that one My Hero ending when they basically were like in the world of Frieren and in the world of Dungeons and Dragons, and they were like,
yes, okay,
that one. And although it's in the world, it was never a canon event. It had nothing to do. It could have been a filler episode, which I low-key am tight that they never made it a filler episode. But one of my all-time favorite Naruto endings is when in Naruto Shippuden, when they went to when Naruto was like, "Yo, I need some sparring," and he put up the sign for sparring, and all the team got Konohamaru, and all the team guy was like, "Yeah, we can do some sparring," and they was just in that joint, just hands. That whole ending was just hands as the music was playing. So those are the two for me that I'm like, all right, I kind of like that. So that brought me back to we were talking about the endings, and so I had to throw that My Hero one in there. But to answer your question, as far as watching a show and a series that every time it felt like it was going too fast, I did have Attack on Titan in that. I definitely did. I had Attack on Titan. I had what was the other one I had? I had three at the top.
Attack on Titan did feel like that. I'll give you that one for sure. Attack on Titan definitely felt like that.
The first season of Castlevania felt like that for me, where I wanted
felt like that, but yeah,
I wanted more. But then, bang! It was like, title screen. And then,
speaking of, you need to finish that. Nocturnal.
I do need to finish that.
Fire.
No, I do need to finish that.
Not for nothing. They gave Black people so much love.
I could already see it. Yeah,
so much love.
From where I'm at in Nocturnal, I could already see it. I could already see
it. So much love, yo. So much love.
I had a third one that was top of mind that I had as far as a series that went really fast. And and it's a fairly Dan. Definitely Dan. 100% Dan.
Yeah, that's a recent one. I think that's why it slipped my mind. Yes. Dan.
Absolutely was like, bro, what y'all doing, man? Like, what y'all I know y'all got more back there. Y'all got more episode back there. Don't play me right now. And those would be the
go to the back, bro. Go to the back. I need that. Stop playing me. I see it back there, bro. I'm gonna need
ain't nothing better than going to a corner store like that. You gotta call them all over from the back. I just be like, I know y'all back there, bro. I'm just trying to buy these chips. What you mean? So those would be the three top of mind that immediately.
All I can think about. I'm sorry, I hate to even cut you off again. All I can think about is that meme because we talk about it wasn't even really a meme. It was like, hey yo, what the fuck?
Y'all ain't got no cheese. Yeah, no,
y'all ain't got no cheese.
That's one of my favorite ones to use when something crazy happened. It is definitely one of my favorite gifs and memes to use. So I would say those three. And to your point, I agree with you 100%. Solo Leveling this week, especially, felt like we got to the point in the episode, and I could feel it coming because I was like, they're not going to show us this fight because this is what solo leveling does. They're not going to show us this fight. So when they started squaring up, I was like, this stupid ass episode about to end. This episode's about to end. You start getting tight. You start getting real tight at the end. Like,
not them giving us a fake tournament.
Like, and I'm excited to see them fight the S ranks from Japan.
Because them niggas talking shit.
Yeah, I do think that like South Korea low-key about to get washed in that because they talking too much. They talking way too much, and they feel like they about to get washed. But the moment of that episode that I want to talk about the most is it goes against something that you said in not last week's podcast, but the week before. And I agree with you to this extent, but this one scene took that away for a moment.
I know what you're about to say. But one scene is not enough.
I know. Solo leveling has been getting carried by its animation. I'm not going to lie to you. Solo leveling is, and I'll agree with AU on this because this is your point, it's been carried by the animation, and one, that's not a bad thing. It's the similar way of like how you view Dragon Ball Z. When you look at Dragon Ball Z, you don't watch Dragon Ball Z for the complex story. You don't watch Dragon Ball Z for the emotional ties. You watch Dragon Ball Z because Dragon Ball Z got hands. And you know what everybody likes to watch? Hands. People throwing hands, people catching hands, people getting hit by hands. Like everybody loves that.
And throwing ass.
Solo leveling has something that is very similar to that as far as the entertainment value for me. I acknowledge that it's a great anime. I acknowledge that I'm really enjoying it. Very good. I won't say great. Very, very, very good. But it's nothing but hands. And so I hadn't been getting an emotional connection for solo leveling in any way, shape, or form.
Boy, get to the point. I know what you're about to say. Mom, the fucking eternal elixir.
That scene from him reflecting on, bro, is this even gonna work? Him trembling, him like, yo, even when he started crafting, he was like, bro, what you mean I can craft this and not gonna work?
More importantly, that was the first time you saw him scared since he got his whatever the fuck he got.
Yeah, since he reawakened, that's the first time we looked at Sun Jinwoo and saw him be the E rank. He has not been the E rank in a very long time. Mm-hmm. The E rank person is still in there despite all the drip that he got.
God, bro, because they need to bring that back somehow because again, we lost connections like with the character himself. Like for starters, we never thought this nigga was gonna lose. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, it's at that point now.
The fights were fire. They did that shit, but I never for a single fucking second thought this nigga was gonna lose. Not even that last fight that he had with the Demon King. I didn't think he was gonna lose. They did a good job. Amazing fucking job. They even had me like, oh shit, this nigga, wait, hold on. This nigga's actually getting, the problem is he hasn't been challenged, it feels like. You know what I mean? Yeah. Up until that moment. And I feel like even then, like, oh shit. All right, we got close, but like, that nigga walked out with nothing. Nigga walked out ripped sleeves. Like, sun's out, guns out. Like, what the fuck?
I typically do not like the overpowered trope of a character.
It works for him. It works for the show. It works for the show.
They do it so well.
I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. It works. However, just to get back to what I was going to say, I don't think it goes against what I said at all. I still think that what I said still stands strongly. And this is the beginning of potentially getting more like complexities and depth for characters within this show. I hope it does. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm still going to love the show. I'm still going to tune the fuck in weekly. However, I don't think that one moment of him crying and his sister crying and her seeing him and everything, which was fire. I will say that one moment was really fire because she recognized him immediately. Mm-hmm. Nothing like, you can't fool your parents. You know what I mean? Like, so many people probably wouldn't even have known what he looked like, but you can't fool your parents, especially your mom. So, but that being stated, like, it was a great moment. I really enjoyed that moment. It was nice to get a little bit more heartfelt things in that aspect. But I don't think we're gonna get much more of that because the way they hyping up this motherfucking next few like episodes is gonna be nuts. Apparently, even worse than what we've been seeing. So, and thirdly, why are we getting Chimera arc all over again?
Listen.
I'm here for it.
Why you gotta notice that? Why you gotta bring it
up?
Well,
we getting fucking Chimera arc, bro.
Nah, don't worry about it. Just shh. Just let him cook. Let him cook. It is 100% the Chimera Ant art. Let him cook.
Like literally, like it's literally big ass ants killing motherfuckers. And it's just like doing whatever the fuck they doing. Now, if these motherfuckers start walking and talking when we get to that island, I'm like, yo, y'all really just copyrighted the fuck out of this shit. But we gonna see.
Imitation is the highest form of flattery, and everybody love them some good Hunter. So just let them. That's a fact. All right. So, but like even to that point, I thought that for a show like Solo Leveling, I was pleasantly surprised at the capacity that they were able to have when it came to going to that emotional depth. Because we talked about it. Ain't really been no emotional depth. That's a shallow emotional pool that we didn't been seeing. We done seen Sung Jin Woo pull up, him literally be like, arise, and then just wash everybody. There hasn't been a lot of emotional, like, tug of my heartstrings in this show because there hasn't needed to be.
And then arose his body and named him something other than what his actual name is. He's terrible with names. We gathered that obviously. However, you knew what this nigga name was. You didn't have to rename him into a fucking inanimate object. You didn't have to do that, bro.
Is he Tank? No, he's not Tank.
No, hold on. I think the name is Shield or some shit.
Tank. Tank is the bear. Tuss is the mage. I forgot what he named him, but you're right. It wasn't his guy. It wasn't his name. His mama.
You could have gave that nigga name, bro. You knew his name. You knew his goddamn name.
So, like, I was pleasantly surprised that the emotional pool that they were pulling from for Solo Leveling wasn't as shallow as I thought it was going to be at first, because we didn't have a necessary. There wasn't a need for it. It really wasn't even there outside of the first episode where he got all of his like hacked up lives, legs, all of that stuff. But even then, that wasn't like emotional. That was like scared. That was suspense. We got genuine emotion of like, I've been fighting for this entire. I've gone through.
He named that nigga Iron, bro. He named that nigga Iron. He named him an ore. He named him a fucking metal.
Listen,
bro. Just,
I mean,
that shit is grimy. Like, I know the nigga was not fucking.
Anyway, was crazy.
The thing is, I knew he wasn't like fucking with you and everything, like while he was alive. But like, you knew that nigga name, bro.
I think that's something that, and I'm glad you actually brought that up, because I do think that's something that has not been explained, or at least looked at in a way that I would have expected it to be. Because up to this point, everything that he has arose has been
everything that he's arisen.
There we go. Thank you. Has been a monster, a demon, or something of another realm. Mm-hmm. That guy was a person.
It was a person, bro.
He was a person. Like that person,
you knew him.
You knew him. Like he had a name, and it wasn't Iron. So like naming somebody Iron, it kind of like Reek. He's basically Reek, only he got a big ass hammer. Like this.
Like, you know what the worst part is? You know what the worst part is in that last episode when he said, "Oh, that's unusually like." He's like, that's uncharacteristic of you. When he actually helped him, Iron helped him with something. He's like, that's uncharacteristic of you. Yeah. Like, damn, that's fucking cold-blooded, bro.
Listen.
This nigga really reached him.
I also think that
sick.
To that exact point. No, but to that exact point, we've seen him slowly but surely feel like he's losing his humanity more and more.
Yes.
But then when his
not that, bro, because you still out here naming motherfuckers, so like you ain't lost that much humanity.
But even his reaction to his mom comes back home, and it's his mom and his sister, and he's like having that moment of, yo, they don't even know that I've like killed people for us to get to this point, and I've got to carry that. Like it's still in there. He's still in there somewhere small.
I mean, we saw it when they asked him. He's like, "Oh, do you want to come on this raid?" Obviously, he's gonna go on the raid because we can't have something.
And he got it.
Yeah, he has to go on the raid. So, like, I mean, we saw it when they asked him to go on the raid, and he was like, I don't know, this would be a perfect way to level up again. But then he was like, you know what? Since recent events, like, is this something I could really do? Like, everything that I set out to do, I did.
So, like, what's left? Or what do you even care about? What do you even care about?
To be fair, nigga, you're going to have to go fight them motherfucking ants, or they going to come over here.
You got to fight them eventually. You are going to fight them eventually.
Apparently, they ain't stopping.
Also, and they not slick about it. And it is... You making me think now,
bro.
Listen. We've already hit on that. There's a Hunter thing here with the Chimera ants, but they think they sneaking in Budget All Might in there too.
Budget All Might, bro.
So Budget All Might. So Budget All Might come in there real quick. Price right All Might, bro. They not slick. They tried it, and I am excited to see.
It was bad because they're saying this nigga got the military might of a whole entire country. Like, that don't sound like All Might. Like, y'all sneaked some shit in. Why? I ain't gonna say y'all snuck it in. Y'all just put it out there, and it is what it is. That's cool.
It's not subtle. I'm
still watching. I'm still tuning the fuck in. I'm having a great time. I'm enjoying this motherfucking show.
So you didn't think it was good for the emotional side that they showed the Sun Jin-woo?
Not for the show. And to be fair, I might be in a little bit of a biased standpoint here because I'm watching also Frieren in conjunction with it.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
Fair,
so like it's gonna be hard to beat that out when what you're doing is giving me hands when no one's giving me the heart. So it's like it's gonna be very difficult to beat that out. However, it was a great moment. I really enjoyed the moment, but I think that's all we're gonna get from this show is like those one-off moments that were built to it, and that's it.
I thought they built it up pretty.
They didn't really build it up that well.
No, but they did. They did. And I'll tell you why they built it up. Because we always knew this is what he was fighting for.
We always knew it, but they didn't give us enough in between to like really have us have that connection.
You wanted some flashbacks with him and his mom before she was sleeping.
Yeah, give me something, my nigga, like taking you to the park, cooking you some food or something. Like, god damn.
Taking to the park is crazy. Like, yo, Sunjin, when you had a good childhood, bro.
You had a good childhood. Like, damn.
Taking them to the park is crazy.
Where your mom at, nigga? Where your mom at, nigga? Nah.
Bro, she ain't never pushed you on the swing before, Sunjin?
Yeah, bro. Like, they didn't give us anything to really make that moment hit hard. It hit. It just didn't hit hard.
It was executed better than I thought it would have been. They pull it from a shallow pool, like I said before. They pull it from a very shallow pool because their pool is deep in hands. They got hands for you, no matter what episode, no matter what. Like it's literally remember that meme where it was just a fist with two buttons in between.
Yes, in between a fucking knuckle sandwich.
That's literally all they got for you when it comes to solo leveling. So. It's okay. They wanted to put a little bit of diet fist on the side, like you know what I mean. Like wanted to put a little bit. They got to. Sometimes you got to eat some. You got to eat something healthy. Sometimes you got to.
All I thought about, and it's not gonna be that funny, but I was thinking 2 Punch Man.
Yo, 2 Punch Man.
You said diet. You said diet fist on the side.
Yo, right. Wait, 2 Punch Man don't work the same as 1 Punch Man.
It don't.
The second punch don't hit.
It's 2 Punch Man, yo. It's diet.
2 Punch Man losing fights because that second punch don't hit.
Jesus,
that's crazy. You running around the whole fight trying to get that second punch in. You punch him once and they be like, "Hey, you never gonna catch me." Because I'm thinking about it. What if you try to fight somebody as 2 Punch Man? You gotta get that second punch in.
No,
so if you get hit once,
in the pod, in the fucking pod, in the pod. You know, this episode is officially named 2 Punch Man.
2 Punch Man.
And I'll tell you right now, you ain't gonna know until you get here, but. 2 Punch Man.
2 Punch Man should not be that funny, but that drink killed me, bro.
I didn't even think it was gonna hit like that. It just what popped up in my fucking head.
All I saw.
My brain was, yo, I got that angstrom.
Yo, listen, you know what I saw in my head when you said 2 Punch Man? I saw somebody landed the first punch, and as they tried to land the second punch, remember that? Remember in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood when Al and Ed ran away and they were like, all I saw me like,
yes. It's like the nigga from One Piece who gotta wind up that punch, nigga, for like a billion years. But if it hit you, nigga, it's gonna King Crabler motherfucking guillotine you, nigga.
That definitely is one of the most unspoken moves in all of One Piece. And we hit our One Piece quota announcement for I feel like every episode we gotta at least mention One Piece, so we hit our One Piece quota for this episode.
Yeah, we did.
But the reality is that punch that dude the King in One Piece got, that it do take him 18 million years to warm up. But I'm gonna tell you right now,
you, nigga, that's gonna take everybody out in the verse.
There's a reason why they look at his kingdom and be like, they can come to the reverie. He gotta be here. Why? Bro, you want him to go down there and start shadow boxing? Don't let this motherfucker start shadow boxing, bro.
Don't let this nigga ever eat a devil fruit that's gonna make him go invisible because it's over, nigga. It's literally over.
Yo, he gonna be just standing next to you.
You don't even know.
You don't even know. Yeah, you think you won this fight, bro? Wait till I come back visible again. When you see me, it's gonna be the last thing you see.
Smithereens, nigga.
Oh my god.
Nigga, I got the feeling I'm about to die.
Oh my gosh, bro. Oh, that was so good. I needed that laugh. And now I'm more excited for the new season of One Punch Man. Because now I want them to introduce his evil twin Two Punch Man. Because if they introduce Two Punch Man into One Punch Man, it's going to be hilarious. I can tell you it's going to be absolutely hilarious. But yo, AU, man, we about to go ahead and slide on up out of here. This has been a good one. But before we do, you got anything you want to leave the people with?
Yeah, I already know, man. It's always room on the couch, baby.
Always, always, always. And yo, listen to us wherever you get your podcast. Rate us, review us, check us out on our socials at Couch Stealers, and subscribe to the Couch Stealer YouTube and hit that notification bell so you know when we drop something brand spanking new, like this new episode we're gonna drop here, Two Punch Man of Frieren. It just gotta be. So yo, appreciate y'all as always, and don't worry, we're gonna be back next week for more crazy insanity, crazy stupid insanity. It's gonna be fun. But we out, E5,000. So always rude.
Peace.